Welcome to Biblical Wisdom for Today. In today's video, we'll dive into a vital topic for parents: how to encourage and nurture your child's spiritual growth. Drawing from the example of Jesus and his interactions with his disciples, we'll explore practical ways to see the good in your child, even when they're struggling, and how to guide them toward fulfilling their potential in Christ. Here's what we'll be covering in today's video. Seeing the good in your child. Avoiding negative labels. The power of positive reinforcement. Assigning responsibility to foster growth. Emulating Jesus' example in parenting. Stay with us until the end for valuable insights that could make a lasting difference in your child's spiritual journey.
Jesus saw potential in those around him, even when others didn't. In John 1 verse 47, he says of Nathanael, "Here truly is an Israelite in whom there is no deceit." Jesus saw Nathanael's heart and recognized his sincerity. As parents, while we may not be able to read hearts like Jesus, we can develop discernment through prayer and ask God to help us see the good in our children. It's easy to focus on the negatives, especially when children are struggling. But as parents, it's crucial to look beyond the surface and recognize the positive traits that our children possess. By focusing on their strengths, we help them build confidence and encourage them to develop their God-given potential. Discernment allows us to see the small signs of growth and maturity. Whether it's a kind gesture or a moment of responsibility, these signs are often easy to overlook if we're focused solely on the challenges. Acknowledging these moments can reinforce positive behavior and motivate our children to continue growing in their faith. Your words have power. Proverbs 18 verse 21 reminds us that the tongue has the power of life and death. By speaking life into your child's potential, you can uplift and inspire them. Even when correcting them, focus on what they are capable of achieving rather than on their shortcomings. Jesus modeled this in his relationships with his disciples. He saw the potential in them, even when they doubted themselves. Like Jesus, we should strive to see beyond our children's current struggles and recognize the potential God has placed within them. Prayer plays a vital role in developing this discernment. By asking God to help us see our children as He sees them, we can better guide them and nurture their spiritual growth. This approach not only strengthens our relationship with our children, but also helps them feel valued and understood. Labeling can be detrimental to a child's development. When we label children as rebellious or difficult, we risk creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. Labels can limit how they see themselves and how they behave, often leading them to live up to the negative expectations we've set. Children often internalize the labels they hear. If they're constantly told they're troublemakers or lazy, they might start to believe it, which can hinder their growth. Instead, focus on positive reinforcement and highlight their strengths, even when correcting behavior. Words have a lasting impact. Ephesians 4 verse 29 advises us to speak only what is helpful for building others up. This is especially important when speaking to our children. By avoiding negative labels and focusing on their potential, we help them develop a healthy self-image and encourage positive behavior. Consider how Jesus interacted with his disciples. Even when they failed or misunderstood his teachings, he didn't label them negatively. Instead, he corrected them with patience and encouraged them to grow in their faith. This approach nurtured their potential and helped them become the leaders he knew they could be. When you see your child struggling, avoid labeling and instead offer support. For instance, if your child is having difficulty in school, instead of calling them lazy, help them identify the challenges they're facing and work together to overcome them. This approach builds resilience and a problem-solving mindset. Reframing challenges as opportunities for growth can make a huge difference. Instead of focusing on what your child is doing wrong, encourage them to see mistakes as learning experiences. This approach not only boosts their confidence but also fosters a growth mindset that will serve them well throughout life. How do you avoid labeling your child negatively? Positive reinforcement is a powerful tool in parenting. By acknowledging and praising your child's efforts and progress, you can encourage them to continue developing their strengths and good habits. Proverbs 16 verse 24 reminds us that gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Catch your child doing something right. Instead of waiting to correct mistakes, look for opportunities to praise your child when they make good choices or show progress. This reinforces positive behavior and helps them feel valued and capable. Praising effort over results fosters a growth mindset. Encourage your child to see value in the process of learning and growing, rather than just the outcome. This helps them develop resilience and a love for learning, even when things don't go perfectly. Jesus used positive reinforcement with his disciples. He praised them for their faith and encouraged them when they took steps in the right direction. This approach helped the disciples grow in confidence and strengthen their commitment to his teachings. Positive reinforcement also builds trust. When children feel appreciated and recognized for their efforts, they are more likely to trust and listen to their parents. This trust forms the foundation for a strong, supportive relationship that encourages open communication and growth. Consistency is key in using positive reinforcement. Make it a habit to acknowledge your child's efforts regularly. Over time, this will help reinforce positive behavior and create a cycle of encouragement and growth. Giving children responsibilities helps them grow. When you trust your child with age-appropriate tasks, you show them that you believe in their abilities. This not only builds confidence but also teaches them valuable life skills. Luke 16 verse 10 reminds us that whoever can be trusted with very little can also be trusted with much. Start small and gradually increase responsibilities. Begin with simple tasks and gradually introduce more complex ones as your child proves themselves capable. This approach helps them develop a sense of accomplishment and prepares them for greater challenges. Responsibilities teach accountability. When children are entrusted with tasks, they learn that their actions have consequences and that they are an important part of the family. This sense of accountability helps them develop a strong work ethic and a sense of purpose. Assigning responsibilities also teaches problem-solving skills. When children face challenges while completing tasks, they learn to think critically and find solutions. This fosters independence and prepares them for real-world situations. Responsibilities can also strengthen your child's faith. Encourage your child to see their responsibilities as opportunities to serve God and others. Colossians 3 verse 23 reminds us, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters." Celebrate your child's successes. When your child successfully completes a responsibility, acknowledge their effort and celebrate their success. This reinforces positive behavior and motivates them to continue taking on new challenges. How do you assign responsibilities to foster growth in your child? Jesus is the ultimate example of how to guide others with love and patience. He saw the potential in his disciples, encouraged them, and corrected them with kindness. As parents, we can learn from his example by leading our children with the same grace and compassion. Jesus was patient with his disciples, even when they didn't understand his teachings. As parents, we should strive to be patient with our children, recognizing that growth takes time. By showing patience, we create a safe environment for our children to learn and grow. Jesus also led by example. He didn't just tell his disciples how to live, he showed them through his actions. As parents, we must model the behavior we want to see in our children, demonstrating faith, kindness, and integrity in our daily lives. Encouragement was a key aspect of Jesus' ministry. He consistently encouraged his disciples to have faith, persevere, and trust in God. Similarly, we should encourage our children to believe in themselves and trust in God's plan for their lives. Jesus gave his disciples responsibilities to help them grow. He trusted them with tasks and missions that helped them develop their leadership and faith. In the same way, we can assign responsibilities to our children that challenge them and foster growth. Jesus' love for his disciples was unconditional. He accepted them as they were, while also guiding them to become the best versions of themselves. As parents, we should strive to love our children unconditionally, providing a strong foundation of support and guidance. I hope you feel inspired and equipped to encourage your child's spiritual growth. By seeing the good in them, avoiding negative labels, using positive reinforcement, assigning responsibilities, and emulating Jesus' example, you can help your child reach their God-given potential. Now, I want to leave you with a question. How do you encourage your child's spiritual growth? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Your experiences might be the encouragement another parent needs today. And before you go, if you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss our daily videos. Thank you for watching, and God bless.